Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at the fruits of my labours these last couple of months and why I've been doing it. We'll be looking at my Hordes of Erehwon. When I found out that Warlord were releasing a set of rules by Rick Priestley with the same basic mechanics as Bolt Action, I was pretty excited. Now I've had a couple of games of it, I think it's probably one of the, if not the best rule set I've ever played, and I've played quite a few different rule sets. It's a shame that it hasn't really taken off and that I can't really get games in like local clubs and everything, but I'm going to try and change people's perceptions of it, I think. Anyway, I initially built up a foot list based on my large halfling army from Warp Block, but that wasn't a lot of fun because I already had the models, they were already painted. So I decided it'd be cool to start a new army basically from scratch, just for this game. Not for rules reasons, I've still got no idea how these guys play, but as a new project. Well, looking at what options I had, I remembered that my first ever Warhammer army was sitting unloved and pretty much abandoned since the beginning of 8th edition, the Chaos Beastmen. What I had lying around was about a 50-50 mix of some classic metal models from the peak Citadel era, as far as I'm concerned anyway, and some pretty badly plated plastics that I painted when I first got into the hobby. When I had the idea for this video and started setting these guys out, I didn't realise quite how badly the problem had got.
So starting here, we've got about 30 Chaos Hounds here, far too many, and I think some of these unpainted ones will probably be square based for a project, my Kings of War project later down the line, because I also have about another 10 getting stripped at the moment, which will be in a different video. Here we have, I can't remember, 20 or 30 regular Gores. Need to catch up with the painting there. We have some Ungors plus a Champion, got another 5 of them in a box. We have the Bolt Thrower, a Minotaur, Cockagriff. Here we have some Shamans with some sort of War Altar, some more Beast Lords, back to the Chaos Hounds, Bestigor, 30 plus Bestigor with full banners, a nice old giant here, some Harpies, and a Demon Prince, who I've always had a Demon Prince leading my Beastmen since I started the hobby. I don't know if it's legal anymore, but I've always liked the idea of it. And we have the Ungor. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, almost 35 Ungor there. Probably too many of those as well.
I think, unfortunately, I have reached peak Beastmen now. Because I'm still addicted to shopping for these old metal bargains, I have started collecting a human force to go alongside it. I already own a sizable square-based Khorne-themed force that I used to use in Warhammer. I might be looking at using in Kings of War. And I'll be looking at them in a bit more detail on this channel in a couple of months. But these new guys are going to become a separate Chaos Undivided force led by Archaon. Back when I first got into Warhammer, around 2004, it was the Storm of Chaos was kicking off, and all the models that were coming out really appealed to me. I also started reading a bunch of the fluff and the books, and remember a description of the huge horde of chaos in one of the Gortrek and Felix books, sort of besieging Prague. And that image really stuck with me, of the mixed sort of beastmen and humans and demons. And it's something I've always wanted to recreate on the tabletop, which I have, from time to time in smaller armies. But this is going to be part of a much larger project to bring together a few of my large armies into one huge unified horde. One of the first things I did was dispose of all the plastics in one 99p eBay auction, and then start industriously stripping the remaining models and converting to the round lip bases that I think look pretty cool. Haters gonna hate. My next stage was the most fun part, buying more models. So over a few months of sort of searching and carefully eBaying and grabbing little bargains here and there, I've built the rest of this force for a fraction of what it would cost, like buy it now values, because I'm not a millionaire, and some of those prices are a bit ridiculous. It was while I was doing all this stripping and storing and repainting all these beautiful old models that gave me the idea to start this channel. I will be doing a much more eBay focused video at some point in the near future. The downside of this is also it's caused a massive paint queue, but I'm working on it. I still believe that Storm of Chaos was probably the peak for Games Workshop. I mean, since then the models have sort of moved towards the plastic and the sort of soulless, whereas I really like the key models from back at the time. Balaka, Archaon, the Diaz Demonettes, which is why in my armies going forward I'm going to really try and connect back with that sort of 2004 era. Not that I don't love a bit of Oldhammer. I've also looked at maybe adapting this Beastman force into an Age of Sigmar list, and I've written a few lists, but I think I might need even more models, and it's not really feasible, and I don't really find Age of Sigmar that much fun. Anyway, this video represents the end of a loose series of videos, And for February I'll be focusing on Ark World. And the plan is then to spend March looking at a zombie game. And April, I'm going to look at Kings of War, so the Khorne army I mentioned a second ago, and some other stuff. So if you like this video or any of the stuff I just mentioned, please subscribe, keep an eye out for more videos, and comment letting me know what you'd like to see more of. Thanks for watching. Bye.